When REM came in and started saying stand up, I felt like it could have just led right into an anime edit. Similar to the Love Me edits, but different. I need someone to start working on that. This episode felt like a 10 out of 10, and with it being extended for 29 minutes and never feeling like it's just dragging along, without any doubt, this is an S tier episode. It starts off with Subaru getting everyone on board to actually go look for Reed's book, since it's the best chance that they have of actually finding a weakness that Reed has. Everyone is pleased with this plan because it is sensical, and it's definitely something pre-amnesia Subaru would have came up with. Amelia brings up that Subaru's good at this type of hoodwinking, and do y'all remember this movie? This shit felt like a fever dream. Subaru brings up that that's another word that no one in this day and age even uses, which of course makes Amelia happy because that's something Obaru always said to her. Julius questions if Reed's book is actually in the archive, which Subaru responds with, of course, bro lived 400 years ago, he gotta be dead. But my friend Subaru, I know you don't know this, but your spirit child, at least 400 years old, Echidna, at least 400, and your lady is at least 100. So age is just a number. My bad, I thought I was watching MT. The group makes their way to the archives before Subaru stops Julius and pulls him to the side to have a convo. Subaru lets Julius know that he wants him to be the one to defeat Reed. Julius of course has his reservations about this simply because he's already lost twice and doesn't think he can really beat him. Subaru practically tells him to leave the past in the past and just worry about right now, because I have all this courage in you right now just off your disposition and your character when I don't even know you for real. Of course Julius doesn't know this, but this is really all time back to the last loop where Subaru just watched Julius never put down his sword and just continue fighting. And even when the odds were against him and he had to fight Reed in this situation, he was determined to fight the battle ahead of him while still telling Subaru to worry about the others. Subaru didn't even witness the outcome of this match, so in this moment he feels like Julius is the strongest and he just needs to tighten up, get the determination, and go kick Reed's ass. This is pretty much what Subaru means when he says that is that and this is this. It's like, it is what it is, or fuck it, we ball. They all make it to the archive and they all agree that Subaru is the best one to read the book, so he jumps in, and instead of jumping into Reed's memories, he's inside this crazy ass dimension. He ends up hearing a voice, and lo and behold, Rui Arnib of the Witch's Cult representing gluttony has made her appearance. I know if you've been watching the opening this whole time, you've just been wondering, so when are they gonna show up? Now that she's here, she makes a strong impression this entire sequence. She lets Subaru know that they're currently at Ad Ragna, which is the resting place of souls, or better known as the Corridor of Memories. Subaru notices that she keeps referring to herself as we, which Rui informs him that it's pretty much because there's too many egos at play, so it's not clear which one is actually in charge. Rui says that she'll be a failure of a little sister if she didn't accept the gift that her brothers have given her. This prompts Subaru to say that he's a little jealous because he's the only child, which Rui interjects saying that maybe he's not anymore. Subaru hates this thought, but Rui starts driving it home even more, saying how Subaru feels like he's did his parents wrong, that he was a terrible son, and that he left without saying a single word to them. Subaru appropriately asks how does she know this, because no one should know what happened inside his world, but Rui lets him know that there's no one that understands him better than she does. Subaru pushes her off him, and as she's on the floor, she starts clawing at her arm simply to mess with Subaru's mental, because as we see, only him and Beatrice know that he does self-harm. Subaru brings up the fact that none of this is making sense, so Rui sums it up for him, saying that this is where souls are filtered. When a soul comes in, its memory and experiences are stripped away, leaving it as a clean slate. With everything considered, this leads Subaru to ask if Rui's the one that took his memories, and of course it is. We cut outside to see that the tower is rumbling and Shala notifies them that something is approaching. Shala and Julius go outside to see what's going on while Ram and Amelia go to make sure Rem is alright. Shala jumps on the ledge and pops her all infinite health snipe and boosts her KD like crazy. But even with this, the mobbies break into the tower. Ram and Amelia goes towards Rem, but as the pathway opens, Lai shows up using Ram's mannerisms, getting Ram heated. As we can see, shit's hitting the fan. We cut back to Subaru and Rui asks Subaru, how many times did it take for you to make it here after we ate you? I won't even say she's implying it. She's letting him know, I know you can loop. This is usually impossible because, as we've seen from the first two seasons, Satella hates when their little secret of return by death loops is known to others. Rui's fine only because what happens in the Corridor of Memories stay there. So Satella at this moment probably doesn't even know that it's been leaked. Then we cut to Rui going outside and Satella killing her frame 1, but that won't happen. Subaru lets her know that this is his 5th loop, which Rui thinks is amazing because she wants to savor the taste of his new memories. Since Rui thinks that lust and gluttony are similar, and Subaru's able to satisfy her gluttony, she straddles him, letting him know that she loves him. Subaru pulls a Uno reverse card and puts his forearm on her neck, demanding his memories back. Rui then messes with him by asking if he's gonna strangle her as he did Meili previously. She then brings up the fact that if the previous Subaru comes back, he will be gone forever, and that the experiences and relationship that he has built up will all fade away. And what will return is a Subaru Natsuki who isn't the ideal man. Rui then starts going down a list of important characters in Subaru's life, revealing some of the thoughts he had regarding them. That he's so kind for sticking with Amelia even though she's hated by the world. How he's the one that helped Beatrice move forward in life when no one else could. Or how he's willing to be the one to lead REM, someone who only feels alive when she's serving others. Of course, we should take this with a grain of salt simply because Rui is a villain at the end of the day, but we all know Subaru has a hero complex and has kind of said things remotely similar to this in like season 1, especially in this well-received episode that showcases Subaru's flawed hero complex to the max. Rui continues to try to get this current Subaru to not get his memories back because the previous Subaru was not even a great guy. She pretty much seals it after telling him something that his previous self needed to hear to get back on his feet, that he should love himself. This completely breaks Subaru because he does admit that he wants to stay with everyone longer and he wants to stay who he currently is. As Subaru's going through this, Rui is just egging it on, saying how you're the one and only Subaru Natsuki and that he should just get rid of the other Subaru, completely kill him off because his current self is not a replacement for him. Out of nowhere, Subaru starts hearing footsteps slowly approaching him. He thinks that it's the previous Subaru Natsuki, so he keeps telling him how he doesn't want to go away. He wants to stay with everyone and they are not the same. He looks up at the person and they ask, why are you trying to choose one or the other? We then pan up and see that it's REM doing what she does best, uplifting our boy. She tells him to stand up. I can't even lie. As soon as she said it, I stood up immediately. Subaru starts to think to himself, why is she saying this to me? Who is she? And after agonizing over this decision, why do your words affect me so much? REM continues to tell him to stand up, and I'm not gonna lie, the VA is in her bag right now. She said, you finally gave me lines to actually say? I'm gonna show y'all what y'all been missing. She gets Subaru to stand up and tells him that if you're able to stand up right now, go. Go out there, save everyone, everything, and yourself. Subaru doubts that he can do this, but REM assures him that he can. So he wants to know why. He wants the answer to this. REM walks up to him, places her hand on his chest, and says, because you are my hero. This scene cooked, especially when the music started playing as she said stand up. This was chef's kiss. Subaru then feels something swelling within him and grabs a hold of it. I won't spoil what this represents because it should be revealed fairly soon if my memory serves me right. So we're gonna skip for now. With the buff REM just gave Subaru, he turns around and tells Rui that enough is enough. And this gets Rui heated. She reveals that she can't eat the same person twice. And what she was trying to do is pretty much build another Subaru entirely so that eventually she could eat his memories as well. But that plan got completely destroyed by the REM buff. Subaru asks what is their end goal, and Rui says it's to be happy. Rui says that life is unfair because you can't get to choose anything, including your parents, where you're born, your surroundings, or your future. So what their real end goal is to find a desired future that will make them glad to be alive. So they will continue to eat and devour people's memories until they find that ideal path. But the one memory that they can never attain is the memory of death, which Subaru is capable of giving her that memory. Subaru asks that since you have my previous self's memories, don't you have the memory of death? But Rui says that those are old and not real. What she wants is a fresh experience which you can provide. Subaru lets her know that his life, his experiences, his death are all his, so she should just starve to death, basically telling her,
you should kill yourself now.
He lets her know that things are not going to go the way that she wants, and then he hits the pose, saying he's Subaru Natsuki, reps his parents, and saying that no matter what, I'm me. Rui asks if that's true, even though he's going to be overwritten and disappear, but Subaru teaches her that that's one thing, this is something else. house, aka Rui admits to failing and messing with Subaru, but says that she's gonna leave it up to her brothers. Subaru says that he has to go as Rui does open up an exit for him, but before he leaves, she does warn him that her brothers do have a big appetite and will be a problem. Subaru doesn't back down from this because he remembers that he has the REM buff, so he walks through the portal saying that the next time he meets the figure, because he doesn't actually know it's REM, he wants to hear their kind voice. The portal closes and then we actually get to see the flashback of Subaru and Rui's first encounter, how she was amazed by Subaru and all she wanted to do was eat his memories. And to end the episode off, Rui proclaims that Subaru's life belongs to them. I think it's pretty obvious, but this episode was great. Around 20 minutes of the episode was just the Rui and Subaru conversation, which was great. And this is what I think ReZero does best. Just letting two characters just talk and fill up the entire screen time. And for some reason, I don't feel like it's dragging along. I'm engaged the entire time. Even the earlier segment of Subaru and Julius having their conversation. This episode's also the true start of the crazy shenanigans that are about to begin. We got to see Shala cook with her infinite hell snipe, the gluttonies are appearing, and the real impactful moment of the episode, Rem showing up and encouraging our boy. This was another great episode of ReZero. Put down in the comment section your theories. How did you enjoy the episode? How do you think about the season so far? What do you think is gonna happen? And if you're enjoying the content, maybe give me a like, a subscribe. But on that note, I hope you all have a great day.